I've got my mat set out, and we're going to have the little massage balls handy. We're going to use it for a little bit of the work today. And over the course of this week, we've been focusing on different areas of the body and taking a look at releasing and activating, and then also taking a look at almost the energetic or emotional component that ties in, either with the lungs and the heart space, the pelvis and the hip area. Yesterday, we focused more on the core, the midsection, which is obviously a very emotional center for a lot of people. And today, what I'm going to focus on is our connections to our hands and our feet. So oftentimes when we are stretching, when we're moving, we're focusing on the rest of the body, and we kind of forget that our hands and our feet are incredibly functional. And in yogic terms, and I know I refer to yoga a lot, but that's purely because that they bring in that whole aspect of the energy component. And we don't talk about it in Pilates, but it's still there. So with our feet, they are our foundation, and they provide a rooting aspect for us, a rooting sensation, like really feeling grounded. So a lot of the times, the feet are related towards the lower pelvis, okay? And again, if you think about yoga and they talk about the different chakras, that bottom chakra, the red chakra, is kind of how we root. It's our basic connection to the earth and to ourselves. The hands, when we talk about in yoga, are an extension from the heart. So what I love that they say in yoga is that the hands are the mortal organs of the heart. So this is our physical representation of what's happening here. So today we're going to do movement, and we're going to bring our awareness to our hands and our feet, just to notice how it changes the connections of our body as we move as well. Okay, so that's going to be our focus for today. So please come into a standing position, and you can just leave the ball resting in front of you. I'm going to stand facing you, but you guys are welcome to stand on your mat towards the back end of your mat. Have the ball just in front of you. Line up your toes, and I want you to take your feet a little wider apart today than you normally do. So you have a wide base, which is really solid and stable. And then soften your knees, let your arms relax. And we're just going to start with a few little bouncy action of the knees. So you don't want to think bend and stretch and bend and stretch. You almost want to think juicy. So it's soft, it's pliable, it's bouncy. So this sort of movement is sort of an energy building or an energy lifting movement. And then just slowly start to straighten your knees. Don't let them lock back, let them stay a little bit bent. And either soften your gaze or close your eyes. Taking a movement to connect to your breathing, to slow down, and just to be present in your body and in your space. Let's bring our awareness down to our feet. And our feet are amazingly complex. 25% of our skeleton is actually in our feet. We have all these little intrinsic muscles, lots of little bones, ligaments, and all the fascia underneath the feet, onto the tops of the feet. And keeping your eyes closed, just gently shift your body weight forward and let your 10 toes spread out. And as you bring your body weight forward, notice how your toes actually grip slightly. And notice the connection through your big toe, the second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and then into your baby toe. Feel all 10 toes connecting to the ground. And then gently shift your body weight backwards and keep the connections to your toes, but let that gripping sensation soften. And now start to bring your body weight a little bit back to your heels. Now, you don't want to fall over, so keep your abdominals connected. Notice the pressure into the heels of your feet. And oftentimes, this connection into your heels can start to wake up the back of your body. It can help you wake up your gluteals. So really rooting into your heels. And then shift slowly forward so you're standing over the arches of your feet. Keep your knees a little bit soft. And now roll your ankles inwards. So you almost feel like those arches of your feet are flattening towards the ground. You don't want it to be painful, so just find a position that feels okay for you. So this is called E version of the ankle, or some people call it pronation. And that whole inside arch of your foot in reflexology is related to your spine. All the way from your tailbone, which is more towards the heel of your foot, all the way up to your neck and your head, which is at the base of your big toe and the outside edge of your big toe. And now start to roll your feet the other way. So you roll to the outside blades of your feet. So now this is called inversion of the ankle, or some people call it pronation. Make sure that it's not uncomfortable to stay here. And again, in reflexology terms, the outside edge of the foot correlates to different parts of our body. So the shoulders are just up at the base of the baby toe and running down a little bit lower towards the heel on the outside edge relates towards our hips. And then roll your feet back to the center and see if you can find equal connections between the toes, the heels, the inside blade, and the outside blade. Let the rest of your body stack itself above your feet. Pause and remember your intention for your series and for this class. Take a deep inhale through your nose, long exhale through your mouth, and blink your eyes open. Keeping your feet wide, let's move into our first roll down. So nod your chin. Start peeling forward until your hands are hanging just in front of your knees and you stay. Notice the curve of your spine and then bring your awareness down to your feet and notice if you have shifted on your feet. Most of us rock backwards too much. Now continue rolling forward so you're bending from the crease of your hip, coming as low as you can for your stretch, and then stay here. Observe how it feels. And again, have you shifted on your feet? Do you need to recenter yourself? Take a little breath in, and then exhale. Roll yourself all the way back up into standing. Abdominals connecting, and again, build from your feet upwards as you lift up and tall. Roll your shoulders back and around. And then just allow your arms to settle beside you. Bend your knees a little bit and keep your eye line forward. Start swinging your arms around. So it's almost like you're trying to give yourself a little smack on your bum behind you. And you can let your hips go, you can let your knees go if you wish. We're keeping our eye line to the front just so that we don't get dizzy. We're just keeping the focus with the gaze. And notice as you do this gentle twisting, the movement's coming from your arms, but where in your spine is it registering? registering? Is it more towards the lumbar spine? More towards your thoracic spine and ribs? Maybe you're feeling it in your neck if you feel that your neck is having to stabilize. And then come slowly back to the center and pause. Soft knees, take a breath in. Exhale, look down, and again you start peeling through your spine. Pause with your hands in front of knees. Adjust your body weight if you need to. Continue rolling forward. Finding the release along the back of your legs, and again, adjusting forwards or backwards. Relax your neck. And then exhale to come all the way back up into standing. And lifting nice and tall. Roll your shoulders back and around. And now from here, place your hands onto the shelf of your hip. Soft knees. You're going to stand on your right leg and bring your left foot into touch. Shift out to the side and then stand on your left leg and big toe touches. And it's a little bit of a shifting of body weight. We're putting our foot onto the ground because it's helping us balance, right? So standing on 2 feet is definitely more stable than standing on 1 foot. And again, get the sensation of your body mass, your center, coming with you. So that as you move to the right, your whole center moves. As you move to the left, your whole center moves. And then, how about picking up one knee? And if that feels too unstable, you simply put your foot on the floor like we did 2 seconds ago. So you have a choice, toe to the ground or lifting up. So you want to make sure that you're bringing your center of mass with you above your standing leg in order to find balance. If you keep your center here, you're not going to be able to balance, right? So you come with your leg. Stack from your foot up. 2 more. 1 more. Come back to the center, pause, and straighten your knees. Now, you're going to take 1 foot, it doesn't matter which one, place it onto the ball and start giving your foot a little bit of a massage. So, you guys know this routine, the whole concept of waking up and hydrating and helping to release the plantar fascia. And again, this helps with balance so much because of all those nerve endings that go into the connective tissue. More nerve endings than actually come into the muscle, right? And then switch over so you can do the other foot. A little bit of a massage. And then you can release. Now you guys should be standing on your mat, so I'm just going to come and join you on your mat. You can leave the ball in front of you here. Taking a nice easy inhale, the feet are slightly closer together. Exhale as you look down. Roll. And again, noticing body weight on your feet. If you need to adjust slightly, I can feel I rocked back a little bit. Relax your neck. Notice the release up the back of your legs. And then on your next breath, bend your knees and let's come all the way down onto hands and knees. Stay here for a moment. Spread your fingers out, get your wrists in a happy place and nice long spine. Close your eyes for a moment. Feel your hands. Feel the tops of your feet. Notice which of your toes and how much of your foot is connecting to the ground. Notice the curve under the ankle. Is your ankle flat or is it slightly lifted? And you don't have to change anything, just become aware. And then bring your awareness to your hands. Notice all 10 fingertips gently connecting to the ground. Notice the centers of the palms of your hands. And feel that you are carrying 60% of your weight towards the thumb and the index finger. Let your eyes blink open, and we're going to draw circles with our shoulders around our wrists. It doesn't have to be a big movement, but what's really lovely about this is that it mobilizes the wrist. But as you come forward, can you notice again how your fingertips gently grip to the floor? Just like when we rocked our body weight forward on our feet, we could feel our toes. So feel your fingertips. And then when you've got your weight on your right hand, how does it feel? Left hand, how does it feel? And then let's change direction and circle the other way. Notice if there is a bit of a stretch around the front of the wrist at that carpal tunnel. Maybe it's on one side or both sides. And really giving your hands an opportunity to support you like your feet do when we're in standing. One more. And then come back to the center and pause. Take the ball under one shin, it doesn't matter which one, and start rolling up and down. So if your wrists are getting tired, you're very welcome to come down onto your forearms. And if it's hurting your knees, I know there are some knee injuries, then you're welcome to sit on your bum and then literally just use your hand to roll the ball up and down your shin. See if you can get to the ankle and the foot as well. And then release, roll the ball over to the other side and start to give yourself a little bit of a massage. And already I can feel that my upper body is working here, by the way. Lots of stability work going on. Taking just a few more, getting into those slightly sensitive, tender areas. And then release. You can just nudge the ball out of the way. Come back onto all fours. Once again, just close your eyes and feel your feet towards your toes, the arch under the ankle. That sensation, that tingling, alive sensation into the fronts of the shins, the tibialis muscle. And now balance on your left hand, reach the right arm to the side. Let's come into thread the needle. So you're going to place your head down, let your arms settle, and we're just giving ourselves a little bit of a breather here, all that work on the wrist. Start to slide your left hand up overhead, coming into a little bit more of a latissimus dorsi stretch. And then just let yourself surrender into it. Don't work, don't push. Just let gravity draw you a little deeper into this rotation and release around the neck, the shoulders. So these are all connected through the front and the back arm lines, which lead into the hands, which is our focus today. The front of the hand at the palm and the back of the hand. Start to bring that left hand back in. Bring yourself all the way up and reaching that right arm to the side. Now bring that right hand in and turn your right fingertips backwards so that they are facing towards you. So you can see that I've got my hand backwards here. And you should be getting a stretch in the carpal tunnel. If it's too much, bring your shoulders forward. If it feels good and you want to take it a bit deeper, then maybe you can sit back gently. Stay for a few more moments as you breathe. And with most of us being right-handed, this will probably be the tighter side, but we'll see when we do the left side. And slowly come forward, unwind your hand, and place both hands under shoulders. Balance on your right hand and the left arm reaches. Thread the needle through. Rest your head, rest your arm, and then when you're ready, slide the right hand forward and coming into threaded needle. And then once you find the shape that feels good, can you let go? Breathe into it, sink a little deeper each time. Slide your right hand in, press up and reach the left arm out to the side. This time, bring your left hand in, turn the fingers backwards and placing your hand down. Find your carpal tunnel release on the left side. So either bringing shoulders forward or maybe sitting back if you want to challenge a little bit. And we breathe and make a mental note for yourself of how it feels on this left side. Taking just a few more moments, enjoying the release. And this is something very simple to do at various points during the day, especially if you're working on your computers a lot. Release forward, unwind that left hand, and placing both hands down. Tuck your feet under. Get your toes under as much as possible. And with a lengthened spine, start to sit back. It's a little bit of a pushing action through the hands, stretching action through the feet, and release forward. Release your feet out. And again, sit back, pushing with your hands, stretching around the knees of the tops of the feet and ankles, and release. Tuck toes under, and we push back. And release. Feet come out. Sit back. And release. Taking 2 more rounds. So you can feel the stretch around the knuckles of the toes. And release. Become aware of your hands connecting firmly to the ground. Last set. And release, relaxing feet out, and release and coming all the way up. Taking your right leg, stretch it back, just keep your toes on the floor for a moment, then walk your left fingertips forward and stay there. Now your fingertips are light, stay as you are, and notice your right hand and your left ankle and foot. They are grounding and rooting you. They are allowing your shoulders and your pelvis to stack. Then breathe out as you lift your left arm and right leg. And now bring your awareness to the hand and the foot that are suspended in the air. Can you feel that diagonal connection from fingertip to toe? Both opposite arm to opposite foot are crossing your midsection. Notice your obliques. And on your next breath, bring hand and knee all the way in. Center yourself. Take your left leg back and stay there. Walk your right fingertips forward. Stay there. And before you lift anything, You notice what is grounding you. Left hand, right foot, ankle. Now lift up arm and leg and balance. Feel the connection from the right fingertips to the left toes. Bring your awareness to the diagonal sling through the obliques muscles, the abdominals underneath you. And on your next breath, bring hand and knee all the way in. Spread your fingers out, tuck your toes under. We're going to be going into a downward facing dog here. So hover your knees just up off the mat. Moving your body weight a little forward and a little bit backwards, a little bit forward. So I'm sure you can feel your quadriceps working here. But notice how your hands respond and your feet respond. Those are now your foundation. One more time. Shift back and then lift your hips up and away. Now keep your knees really, really bent. Relax your neck. Close your eyes and stay here just for a moment. Bring your awareness to your hands. Spreading fingers out. 60% of your weight is on thumb and index finger. Allow that energy to travel from your hands, up your arms, to your shoulders, and then soften through your neck as that energy travels up through your spine and up your sacrum. Keep breathing. Take a break at any point if you need. Bring your awareness down to your feet. And right now, you probably have your heels lifted. Start to push one heel towards the floor. It doesn't matter if it touches or not. Just feel it there. You're staying on the one foot. Notice the points of contact. Toes. Is your heel touching? Outside blade, inside blade of the foot. And then on your next breath, transition to the other side. And pause there. How does this foot feel? Do you have the same connections? Soften both your knees. Take one more inhale. Exhale to bring your knees all the way down. Release your feet. Sit back into a resting position, a child's pose, and let your head rest to the floor. Walk your hands together. Place your hands into a prayer position so that your fingertips are touching. And then start to bend your elbows so you get a release along the back of your arm, along the triceps. And as you settle into this position and we connect into our breathing, bring your awareness to each fingertip lightly connecting to its partner. Bring all your mental awareness to your hands. Can you feel your heartbeat in your fingertips? And that gentle reminder that our hands are an extension of our hearts. On your next breath, Bring your hands all the way forward, and then start to walk your hands backwards towards your knees so you can unravel to come all the way upright. Move your hips over to your right and just allowing your feet to come a little bit towards the side. Holding on to your left ankle as you bring the right hand up and over. Just bring yourself into a gentle stretch. And then come back upright. Fingertips connect to the ground. So it's light support. Taking your left hand to your knee. Lengthen through your spine and then guide yourself gently into an open twist. Finding a little bit of a spiral through the body. Release yourself all the way back. And now coming into our seaweed from side to side. And what I'd like you to focus on with this first set of seaweed is the movement of your hand through space. So you might feel when you bring your attention to your hands, or at least this is what happens to me, is that everything slows down. There's a very different quality. I almost feel like my arms are moving through water. Feel the path that your hands are tracing around you. And let's just take one more. So you're going to end up with your right hand on the floor and taking that long stretch over, and then come up and hold it here. So your right hand is on the floor with your fingers pointing away. Your left hand is up with the palm facing up, and close your eyes for a moment and feel your hands. You have a tactile cue of the floor under your right hand. Let it help root you. And there's a sense of energy and lightness around your left hand. Can you feel the air moving past the palm of your hand? Can you feel the warmth that your hand is giving off? Allow your eyes to blink open. Now, inhale as you reach that arm all the way back. And then exhale as you bring your hand through space down towards the floor. And again, we breathe in, reach back, open up across the heart, and exhale, bringing it through. Now, just for the next few moments, feel your right hand that's connected to the ground, and everything else moves around that right hand. Notice how your rib cage pivots around your right shoulder as you do this. Notice how your left hand moves away. And notice how your left hand comes back. It's all around that right hand. And then just come back to the center for a moment and bring yourself all the way up. Help yourself unfold through that left leg. So you're going to sit here just for a moment, get your bum cheeks nice and grounded. And now start to become aware of your feet to the ground. We're going to go into a little bit of a side bend here. So again, placing right hand root, start to press up, and already from here, become aware of your feet connecting to the floor. And as you sweep that left arm up and back, you can start to feel the connections of your feet, the sole of your left foot, the top of your right foot, the palm of your right hand, and the palm of your left hand. Find your connections. Take a breath and exhale to release all the way back down and settle. From here, we're just going to switch over to the other side. So ankles are crossed, sitting on your left hip. Hold on to the ankle, get yourself comfy. Arm comes up and over as you just give yourself a long stretch to the side. And then place your fingertips light to the ground. Try not to push onto your hand. Hand to knee. Start to spiral open. Looking over the right shoulder gently. Come back to the center. And now we start to move into our seaweed. So on our last set of seaweed, we felt the hands traveling through the air. Now start to feel the ground. Connect hand, and then almost give a little bit of a push, spring off. So you're using your hand to give a gentle rebound. So if you guys have a little bit of a background in dance, anytime you jump, that energy comes from the floor through your feet and propels you up. And when you land, the earth absorbs you. So it's an energy that's constantly getting absorbed and then gently pushed away. So think about almost doing a little bit of a jeté using your hands, right? And we're going to do just one more time. This time we're going to end up with our left hand to the floor. And then coming into that long stretch. Stay here for a moment. Close your eyes. Left hand roots you, feel it. Right hand, palm facing up. How does the energy, the warmth around your right hand feel? Blink your eyes open. Start reaching back, opening up across the chest and the heart. And exhale, bringing your hand all the way down towards the floor. And again, breathing in. Breathing out. We're going to take just a few more. And again, we're going to feel the connection of the hand that's anchoring us to the ground. So that is your foundation. It's rooting you. And it's allowing the rest of you to spiral and move through space. Feel your ribs rolling back inside the right shoulder socket, left shoulder socket. Last one, take it back and take it forward. Come all the way back upright and then releasing up. Help yourself as you unfold your right leg. Sit for a moment. So you're rooting onto your two sit bones. Notice your ankles and your feet. And now as we go into Stargazer, you're going to keep those connections. Placing your left hand as you push up. Feel your lower limbs, feel your feet, and then reach up and back. The top of your left foot, the sole of your right foot, finding the connections. Feel the energy through your top hand, the grounding of your left hand. And then on your next breath, releasing all the way back down and release. Tuck yourself into a little ball shape for a moment. And I want you to balance on your sit bones and firmly grip your hands around the front of your shins. Firmly squeeze your ankles together. So feel your hands, feel your feet. And if you can, close your eyes so that it really forces you to balance. And then stay as you are and start to separate your knees and your feet, soften your toes. Almost let your feet go floppy. And then start to move your hands away from your knees and shins. Let them float away. Let your hands go soft. And without physically touching, hands without physically touching feet, can you feel their connections, their energy? Suspending yourself. Stay with your breath. And then lightly hands to knees, lightly place your feet to the ground and sitting up nice and tall. So maybe you guys are already sitting on your mat lengthways. If not, let's make that little adjustment. So your feet are connected to the floor. Arms are going to extend out in front of you. So I want you to really straighten your wrists and straighten your arms and spread your fingers out, almost like jazz hands, right? Banana hands. So take a breath in. Exhale, roll halfway back. And all our awareness is in our arms right now. Take an inhale. Exhale, roll forward. Strong arms. 2 more. Exhale. Feel the triceps at the back. Exhale. And notice how that strong energy through your arm really wakes up your upper body. It should feel like quite a strong movement. And exhale, forward. Hold it here. Now relax your hands, soften your elbows, and turn your hands up. Now let them be floppy. Now, exhale, roll halfway back. Can you feel the difference in the quality of the movement? And exhale. It almost loads the abdominals a little bit more, right? And I'm not saying one is right and one is wrong. There's a time and a place for everything. And kind of focusing on what you want to achieve with each movement. What do you want your mental focus to be? Exhale, lifting up tall. Now, just let your arms settle into a neutral position. Flex your ankles so your toes are lifted, and now the shin is strong. Root into the heels. Exhale, curl back. How does that feel up your body? And exhale. And again, notice when you have a firm, strong foot, that it changes the connections, the sensations that you have into your abdominals. One more. Exhale. Little breath in. Exhale. Lift up. Floppy feet. Let them relax. Let your hips relax. Floppy arms. Take a breath in. Exhale. Sink back. Notice the extra work, yeah? And exhale. So it's almost like your feet and your hands aren't really providing any energy. Exhale. All that energy moves into your center here. And on this last one, we're going all the way back. Exhale. All the way back and relax. Bring your feet a little bit closer in towards you. You're going to keep your knees and your feet slightly separated in parallel. I want you to have your palms down, elbows straight, tucked in close to your body and pushing onto the floor. We're not going to roll up, we're going to hinge up. Take a breath. Exhale, press your pelvis up. Stay for an inhale. Hinge your pelvis down. Take a breath. Use your arms. Push your arms to the floor. Take a breath. And exhale, release down. Stay here. Bend your elbows and soften your hands. Palms down still. Take a breath. Exhale, press up. Inhale. Exhale, hinge down. One more time. Exhale, press up. Do you notice now that we've taken the arms a little bit out of the mix, that you can feel the hamstrings and the gluteals a bit more because your feet are having to weight load and hinge down. Now, turn the palms of your hands up a little bit away from your body and just allow your hands to relax. So your fingers are curled slightly. Take a breath. Exhale, press your pelvis up. So now we're pretty much switching off the upper body and hinge down. Bring your awareness to your feet. One more time. Press up and hold it here. If you were to pick up your right toes, the heels are on the floor. Notice the connections. And now pedal your feet so that you lift up your left toes. And you pedal. 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 Keep alternating. And as you shift the focus, the emphasis onto the one heel, notice how it starts to wake up the back of the body. It connects you to your pelvis a little bit more. 2 more. 1 more. Both feet down. Take a breath in. Hinge your pelvis all the way down and relax. Bring your right knee in towards you. Hold on. Tuck your chin. Round your spine so that you get a little bit of length through the spine. Imprint the lower back. And then releasing all the way down. Let's just draw some circles with the ankle. Circle around. Change direction, go the other way. Circle around. And let your foot center. Hook your hands just behind your leg. Flexing your ankles. And on your breath, stretch your leg up for a hamstring release. And down you come. 2 more. And down you come. 1 more. Stay there. Close your eyes. And keeping the top foot flexed, feel the energy traveling up through the heel of the foot. Bring your awareness to your left foot standing on the ground. And on your inhale, release your ankle, open your eyes if they were closed, and bring that knee all the way in. Placing your right foot to the ground, bring your left knee in, stay here, chin in, round yourself into that little oval shape so you are releasing the back of your body. Release back, hook your hands behind your thigh, flex your ankle, exhale and extend. And release. 2 more. Remember that you want to keep your pelvis down, yeah? And release. 1 more. Extend upwards as straight as you can manage. Close your eyes. And bring your awareness to your left foot. Imagine that you're standing on the ceiling. Feel your right foot grounding. Take an inhale to open your eyes, relax your foot, and exhale to bring that leg all the way down. So bring knees and feet right next to each other so you can feel the knuckles of the big toes and maybe the insides of the ankles. Hands come all the way up and turn your palms to face each other. So we inhale to open out to the side, but don't let your arms touch. Exhale to bring your arms up, wrap them around yourself to give yourself a hug and stay there. See if you can walk your fingers underneath your shoulder blades. Notice which arm is on top for you. Lengthen the back of your neck and almost do like a little bit of a rocking from side to side. So it's that lovely thoracic rotation. And Notice the back of your heart and the back of your lungs. We always think about the front of the heart, yeah? There's the back of the heart as well. Come to the center, release your hands and bring them up for a moment. Settle yourself and inhale, open wide to the side. No resting. Exhale, your arms come up, put the other arm on top. Walk your fingers around as best you can, chin in slightly, and again, gentle rocking action. A little bit side to side. And then release. Unwrap your hands, breathing in to come all the way up. And now once again, open your arms to the side, but this time you're going to keep your arms out there, palms facing up. Your heart is open. Your hands are an extension of that space. Roll both your knees to the left. Keep your knees and your ankles stacked. Don't worry if you don't touch the floor. And look over your right shoulder. We stay here for 3 breaths in and out. Exhale. One more breath in and out. Come back to the center, holding it here. Roll both your knees to the right. See if you can keep the ankles stacked, the knees stacked. Look over the left shoulder this time. Relax your neck if you can. And we breathe. And again, we're using our breath to guide the rotation and the twist. No forcing. And then come slowly all the way back up to the center and stretch your legs out long. I've got to move back a little bit, otherwise I'm going to get stuck. Squeeze ankles, flex ankles, bring your hands up, palms face each other, reach your arms back and let your arms move as one unit. We're going to roll up from here. Inhale, lifting arms, lifting head. Exhale. All the way forward you come. Reach past your feet. And then exhale, unravel, and lifting up and tall. Letting your arms relax. I just want you to move back slightly so you're fully on your mat. Separate your legs. Pull the flesh of your bum out the back. And we are in a seated position, ready to do a spine stretch forward. This is going to be our back extension today. So again, arms are out in front of you. If you close your eyes for a moment, we oftentimes pay attention to our spine, which of course we are going to. We oftentimes pay attention to our legs, which we are going to. But can you just for a moment feel your hands and feel your feet? Notice the energy through your fingertips and allowing your fingertips to be an extension from the shoulder and from the center of your chest. Notice your toes lifting up and your heels connected to the floor and gently reaching away from you, as if you were standing. Take a little breath, open your eyes, and on your exhale, nod your chin and peel away from that imaginary wall. So yes, we're focusing on our spine, but what is happening to your hands and your feet? Can you feel them? Take a little breath, roll back upright, returning to where you started, and lifting up tall. Let's go again. Exhale, nod your chin. Gently rolling forward. Where are your hands? Where are your feet? Now start extending your spine. So as you lengthen your spine, let your hands follow. There is energy through fingertips. And then curl forward. Where are your feet? Roll back upright and lifting tall. And again, nod your chin. Feel your hands moving through space. As you extend, feel the energy of your fingertips lifting you. Now, by the way, this is downward facing dog, except we happen to be sitting on our bums. And now, round, feel your feet, feel your hands coming all the way upright. Let's do one last one. Feel the curve of your spine. Feel your heart opening behind you. And then lengthen. Inhale, energy, energy, fingertips and heels. Exhale, curl forward. Roll all the way back upright and releasing your arms down. Nicely done. I want you to make your way onto all fours. I'm just going to pivot around. I've got a little bit of space. Coming onto all fours, once again, spread your fingers out, tuck your toes under, and we're going to do downward facing dog. So hover your knees, move your hips back and up. Now we've stretched out the legs, so maybe you can straighten your legs and push your heels down. And this is the position we were just doing, right? Our hands might be facing a different direction, but this is exactly what we were just doing, sitting on our bum cheeks. Close your eyes, feel your hands and feel your feet. Allow your body to suspend in between. And then exhale to lower your knees all the way down. Take a moment to relax your feet out. Move your hands halfway back. So we've done this a few times in the last few days. Tuck your toes. Press your hips up. And we're coming into downward facing dog, but we have a shorter base. So some people find this easier. Some people find it a little bit more challenging. Just notice how it registers for you. And once again, feeling fingertips and toes. Bend your knees. Coming all the way down. Release your feet back. Move your hands right next to your knees for the last one. Tuck your toes. Press back. And once again, send your hips up and back. Stay here for a moment. Nice, easy breathing. And then soften your knees and walk your hands all the way back. So you can have your fingertips or a flat hand to the floor. Shake your head no. Nod your head yes. Let your head hang heavy. And then roll up into standing. Lifting all the way upright. And as you come upright, just allow your gaze to focus. Maybe just roll your shoulders back and around a few times. And then, just as we started, make quite a wide base with your feet. So you don't have to even think about balance. You should feel quite solid. And just for a moment, turn the palms of your hands forward. You can still keep the fingertips soft if you wish. And soften your gaze or close your eyes. And with the palms facing forward in anatomy, this is called anatomical position. And any of the movements that we talk about in the human body refer from this position, so it's a reference. But energetically, do you notice that there's quite a strong sensation, a connection right now into the palms of your hands and into your fingertips? And do you notice how it opens up across your chest and your heart space? So try something here. Stay with your eyes closed. And if you let your hands turn to face towards your thighs, do you notice your chest closing? And then if you turn your hands to face backwards, do you notice that there's almost like a rolling in sensation of the shoulder and almost a dropping of the heart? So now try rotating your hands slowly towards your thighs. Do you feel the opening across your chest again? Turn your hands to face forward. So this is called open heart space or an open heart meditation. Bring your awareness to your feet. Bring your awareness to your breath. Feeling that lovely combination of groundedness, solid, but open. Just let your eyes blink open gently. Taking one deep inhale, reach up. Exhale, open up across the chest, clearing a little bit of space for yourself for the day and giving things a little bit of a shake. Fantastic.